Oh, hello. How's it going? Whew. Broken sleep last night, but nope, not letting that stop me. To kink or not to kink, wanting to end a session. Had a D-type talk about the sub who safe-worded. They stopped, gave him cuddles, gave him some aftercare and all that sort of stuff, and then he said that, I'm going to end all our play there because he didn't feel comfortable continuing on while she was in that state. She begged him to keep going, all that sort of stuff. She knows she could do better, that she was a bad sub, that she safe-worded, blah, blah, blah. She shouldn't have done it and all sorts of other things. Tried to talk about it the next morning after she, calmed down. She wouldn't talk about it the next morning. So he's in a bit of a conundrum. All attempts to continue to talk about it have been met with hostility. Now, it's a strange thing to think that you've failed in safe wording. You haven't. I'll put it to you that way. Neither did he fail at all in calling it into the session as he saw fit, because she safe worded. She reached her limit. She said she could have gone on further, but at that time she could not have. And it was up to the Dom to make a call and say, no, I'm going to stop the session, because he did not feel comfortable at that time. He had reached his limit. And that's the thing. Both sides at this point in time, I think, feel like that they're failing each other. They aren't. One thing is that you succeed as a sub, and you're a good sub if you know your limit and you can call it. Okay? That is keeping lines of communication open. That is helping your Dom learn about you. Now, my only suggestion to him is, if she continues to not want to talk about it, is to probably give her pen and paper and a book and say, right, you're refusing to talk about it, you write about it. Give it to me when you're done. Or write about it. Once you finish writing about it, literally draw a line under whatever you've written. Don't look at what you've written ever again. Whether he chooses to say then, okay, once you've done that and you've drawn a line under it, give it to me and I'll keep it in a safe place. There'll be a lot of intense feelings in writings like that, like actual physical writings like that. Whether he chooses to read them at that time or later on would be a different thing. This goes for any Dom-sub relationship, male or female or otherwise. They're very intense feelings. Now, if he doesn't read it straight away, don't be offended. He might want some quiet time there, alone with their thoughts, to actually digest a lot of what's going on, because it can be pretty intense. He might not read it straight away. He might want to say, okay, that's good, put it aside, give me cuddles, how are you feeling? Okay, now just sit here quietly while I do some reading. Don't sort of, because someone reading your intense private thoughts immediately after you've written them can be quite tense and anxious anyway. To say that, whatever's in that will only sort of help build a relationship. And it's good to express, to say, look, whatever's in this, whether I read it or not, will help build a relationship. Like whether I read it now or immediately, it's good that you're getting those feelings and all that out, and I need to know, or that you both need to know, because sometimes subs and doms can have these feelings, intense feelings, and they don't know where it's come from, what's happening, what's going on during the day. It could have had nothing to do with the actual session and the dom that she had, she just feeling that way. It just was that, it was there at the time. It was what she was doing at the time. Like you'd have a day where nothing went right, and then you just couldn't take a session for as long as you could. Then you break down, and the feeling that you have failed on a day where absolutely nothing went right is compounded, but you're placing a lot of emphasis on that immediate failing rather than stuff that has happened throughout the whole day. So, have you had times when, you've thought perhaps as a sub or a dom, doesn't matter which, you might have failed in your relationship. There could have been times like, failed, or you missed something, We'll always beat ourselves over what we missed. Have a look at what you've caught though, what you've been able to pick up, Hey Rob, and think, okay, those things I've been able to catch, or things I've been able to miss, would I have been able to realistically have seen those things? Yes or no? And next, if you can't talk about it, write about it. Whether you show someone or not, write about it. Get it out of your head, or it'll just keep spinning around and around in your head. Don't type it. Don't type it. Or if you're going to type it, use one of those really old typewriters. You want something that brings it out into an actual physical form that you cannot easily alter or erase. Okay? It's something that you want to. It's cathartic. It's a sort of a. It's hard to explain, but when you do it, after you've done it a few times, it might feel a bit awkward. Your handwriting might be crap. Your sentence structure might be, really bad. It might take you a long time. It might take you pages and pages of ranting and raving, but just get it out of your head. And after that, draw the line underneath it. I don't choose to read over it again. I just choose to draw a line underneath it. Don't look at it again. No, right, that's out. It's it. Done. It might come up again. That's fine. Just keep writing about it. Obviously, you need to work through something. Just keep writing about it. It's the same as kind of going to therapy, but talking about the same thing over and over again. But you're not getting anywhere because you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're talking about it, but you're not doing anything about it. So actually, in writing, you're actually doing something. I don't usually read back over it because it helps me sort out what's going on in my head, and it sorts out as I'm writing. It may work for you, may not work for you, but it is a thing. So to kink or not to kink, wanting to end a session is definitely when someone safe words or has reached their limit. Don't be placing any guilt on yourself or other people. For safe wording at all, because at that point in time you had reached your limit. Now, safe words can be a full-on stop, or just wait a second, I need to think about it. That's up to you to decide which safe word you use, whether it's a pause everything or a stop everything. Keep in mind that your other partner or partners can safe word or halt at any time that they don't feel comfortable with continuing on. Okay, that is their limit. Don't try and guilt them into continuing on. Don't try and control them into continuing on. In general, as much as I say, look, I would like to continue on, but I respect your limits, your decision to stop. Okay? Anyway, looks like it's going to be showers all weekend, so that'll be interesting. It's a Thursday. What else is going on? Oh yes, there is still panic buying. Amazingly enough, toilet paper. Everyone's buying toilet paper now. Australia, we actually manufacture toilet paper, guys. Don't have to worry about it. Okay. Hand gels, like disinfectant hand gels and that. Virus is different from bacteria. I hate to say this, but general cleanliness will help you there. So your regular bit of soap and washing your hands will do. Antibacterial, because it's a pulmonary sort of thing. The recent virus, coronavirus, because it can lead on to a secondary condition like pneumonia, which is an infection. It is best to just have your general soap. General soap will kill most bacteria. Some people will go a bit traditional and use tea tree oil, lavender. A lot of essential oils have some, antiseptic qualities in them. And look around you. We're in Australia, for crying out loud. Eucalyptus trees, if you really, really want to get narky on it. We're not going to be outdone for anything to help disinfect things. So Australia manufactures a lot of our staple products. We have an awesome primary industry. And what else? We have tap water that's drinkable. A lot of places, like in China, they don't have drinkable tap water. Okay, so that's a thing. But we do here in Australia. We're lucky that way. So no panicking. The only thing you need to stock up on is if you want to self-isolate yourself if you come in contact with somebody with the coronavirus. But if you're in doubt, there's information. I know there's information on the Queensland Health website. They update every day. So check your local state authorities for any information if you really want to. But no, in general, the latest coronavirus, a lot of people are panicking. I'm sure it's great for the toilet paper industry, but yeah, I don't see the reason for it at the moment. So just make sure you take care of yourself, because if you take care of yourself and you're healthy, I like to take lots of garlic. Lots of garlic, ginger, lots of good herbs and that that you find in your garden. You can grow garden by herbs like basil and thyme and rosemary and all that sort of stuff. Really good stuff. They have like micronutrients in them. Very healthy for you. Helps boosting your immune system. And echinacea, Anyway, hope you guys keep safe. And all my friends overseas, hope they keep safe as well. And particularly one who's travelling around the Middle East. Yep, talking about you, Yuma. Hope things are okay there. Okay, I best be off now. See you guys later. Bye.